Yes, welcome to the Make Ready podcast, another episode of Coach's Corner. I'm joined by Adam Glover. How are you, dude?
Hello, man. I'm good. I'm good. It's good to be here on this lovely occasion. So yeah, I'm feeling good. How about you?
Good. Yeah, I'm good. We've just been having a chat off air of the shenanigans that we've been up to get us here on this. This is our first evening recording of podcasting. And I just shared I was asleep about 15 minutes ago because I'm not sure it's possible to put your 3-year-old to bed without falling asleep with them. It's not been achieved yet. If there is a way.
I feel your brother, and I think that's going to be a cross for you to bear over the coming years of like trying not to fall asleep while putting your children to
That's it. And invariably I have a call afterwards. It's like
bed.
it's either a coaching call or now a podcast. So it's like, yeah, wake up. Get to it. Needs must. And we're here. So I thought on this episode, dude, that it's we're recording this on the 3rd of December, and I wanted to unpack sort of just and talk about the holiday season, the Christmas season. Advent commenced on Sunday, and I know it's a big time of the year for a lot of people, and it comes with a lot of excitement, a lot of joy, but also a lot of other feelings. Some not so great. Some people don't enjoy this holiday period and this time of year. And yeah, just wanted to unpack that and see how do you feel about Christmas and the lead up to it? What's going on for you in the Glover household?
A lot of mixed emotions, if I'm honest. Christmas and the festive period for me, as an adult, it's difficult to navigate versus how it was as a child. Obviously, right? As a kid, life is life, and you're like getting yourself up at 1:30 in the morning to see whether Santa's been, and all of these things, and sneaking down to open presents and without your parents knowing, all that good stuff. But as an adult, I find it as somebody who I wouldn't say I'm a minimalist. I don't think I am a minimalist, but I think I am very aware of the cost of human living in the world today and the desire to for people more, right? And always could like I this little and I'm gonna little bit off piece, but I had on Amazon Prime a couple of days ago, and I was watching Interstellar, the movie, and it stopped for an ad break. And what blew me away is the ad break pulled up a button I could click to take me straight to Amazon to buy the thing on the advert. And I was like, I don't like this. Let's throw the TV out the window. like, and I just feel that so much of what the festive season, Christmas is about, has been completely decimated. I was trying to think of a word, and I think decimated is the one. There isn't, it's just more. Now it's the whole month of December of everything being, well, you should get more presents here, and you should do this and this. There is so much of what Christmas is about. It's got nothing to do with spending £800 on stuff that doesn't last a month. So for me, navigating this time and my views and my opinions obviously aren't the views and opinions of my wife and daughter.
Mm.
I can't force that upon them. There's a part of me that would be very happy to go and build a cabin in the mountains and never talk to anyone ever again. But like, and I think, but I realise that that's deeply selfish of me to force that upon other people. But I do know how I want to live as a human and
Mm.
as a man and as a father and as a husband and all those things and as everything I'm trying to do. So this time of year, I'm always conflicted, and I want to give my daughter the best thing. As a child, or well, as a young adult, Christmas wasn't necessarily great. A lot of things going on that which we won't go into today, but that it caused it to be a really difficult time.
Mm.
Now, as I'm a father to what is now going to at the time will be a 9-year-old, just this whole transition, and I don't know. I don't like what Christmas has become.
Mm. Yeah, I hear you. Yeah, it's just so commercialized, right? It's just is excessive, and I speak as someone who would yeah, a childhood of a lot of presents, and I'm very grateful to the lengths my parents would have gone for me. And I don't want to do them a disservice of sort of putting that down or in any way, because it was incredible. And I also think that we have lost the meaning behind it all. And I also am navigating that path of really thinking intentionally of like, okay, what is Christmas like, and how do I want Christmas to be in my house? I've got a young family. My daughter's 3.5. Obviously got a 5-week-old son now as well. So me and my partner get to really think about, okay, what does Christmas look like for us? And admittedly, since my I'm coming up to like a year being baptized, so like it's putting Christ back in Christmas, right? It's really interesting to have that at the forefront again and being more involved in the church community, because okay, before that maybe I would have said, yeah, it's about family, right? It's not about giving each other presents, it's about being present with your family. And I agree with that. And for me now, it's like yes, and it's Christmas. It's about the birth of Christ, and having that faith at the forefront. For me, Advent started on, well, for a lot of people, Advent started on Sunday. So that's really the beginning for me. It starts a study of scripture, a study of I've shared with you guys some of the app that I follow that do some really beautiful reflections to really sort of bring your mind back to what it's about. For me, it's how can I bring that in my family? How can I lead my family and sculpt recreate our family traditions, whilst also navigating the fact that, as you say, as a kid, waking up at like 1 a.m. to see if Santa has filled the stocking and the presents, and like there's a lot of joy there as well, and excitement. And it's at what point am I going to be doing my children a disservice and having them miss out on that? Yeah, so it's an interesting one, man. It's interesting.
I think it's navigating this without becoming the bad guy because you think differently is something I I am managing now, and I think very differently to people that I care about, and it's it's very easy for me to say no. This is the way we will do it this way because, like, yeah, but like you said, like my daughter goes to school, and they're all talking about this and that and all the things they're doing, and if my daughter's like, well, my dad's saying we're not doing any of that, I'm like, well, at what point does it become an issue there, right? And how that's perceived, and I think when I look at what I want it to be, as I want it to be a time of joy, right? And I think we've not really discussed this as such, but obviously you're much further down faith than I am, and I'm very curious where I am right now. So for me, it's not as far down the faith side of things as maybe it is for you, but from my side of things, it is very easy to get caught up in anything around this time of year, where you like people managing diaries that are there's a social event every 3 days, and you're like, when I was in the military, it's called silly season because every man and his dog is doing something every other day. And it's like, well, there's this, and then there's that, and there's this, and there's that, and everyone just kind of shuts down in December. And so I think it's very easy to lose a whole month of your life to behaviors that you don't actually quite believe in, just because that's what the crowd are doing. And I don't know whether it's right, if I'm honest.
It's I, and it is as we say, it's navigating that, because it's easy to be like, oh, well, everyone else is doing it, so we'll just do that. But any other area of life, I do not agree with that. Just doing stuff because the crowd does it. I'm very much vocal for critically thinking and doing what you really feel is best. And yeah, when your children are exposed to their friends, who their parents are buying all the things and doing as you say, and I think it really is important though to lead your family in a way in which sits right with you.
Mm.
And we're deciding what to do about Santa Claus. Do we play that game for a while? I don't know. I still don't know if it sits right with me. My daughter's very sensitive as well, and I think the idea of having a strange bearded man come down the chimney. I could just say it's Adam. It's all right, you know him. It's fine. But that concept is, yeah, I don't know. I don't know where we stand with that. And people may say, oh, that's ruining the magic and stuff. It's like, well, actually, the magic is, for us, the Son of God was
Mm.
born. It's that's the magic, true magic. Um, and the magic is found in the gift and gratitude of family and of all of community and of having that time spent with each other. And yes, exchanging of gifts is really beautiful as well. That's a lovely thing. I personally really don't like it. I find I'm shopping for gifts that I feel I have to buy people.
Hmm.
And then I end up spending money on things that aren't good quality. They're tad. I know the people aren't, like, it's not that they won't, they're just not going to get used and stuff. The amount of it's hard to. I think it's hard to buy presents for people. I find it hard. Some people are easier than others, but some people, when you're like, I think they've got everything they need, and if they want it, they'll just buy it. So what do you do? So yeah, I find that quite excessive.
Couldn't agree more. Couldn't agree more. The whole idea of gift giving, of what I believe of what it should be to what it is, are polar opposites. Like I had a conversation with my wife a few weeks ago, and it didn't hit a nerve, but it definitely was like, you want to do what? I was like, why don't we just make each other something? Like all three of us just make some random stuff and then open that on Christmas Day and eat some nice food that we've all prepared and it's lovely. Have a good time, play board games, do whatever. Why don't we do that? Because to me, that's far better than somebody trying to guess the type of beard oil I really want. Or, it's just, do you know what? Great. I appreciate the thought. Thank you very much. But I'd much prefer to have an honest and open conversation with you and see how you're really doing than taking something that you know and I know isn't probably going to be there in 3 months' time.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Quite, I like that. I think the idea of making gifts is a really nice one. It's something that I've done before, and it puts a lot of more thought and effort into it. And you create something that you can't go out and buy, even if it's even if it's rubbish. It's the thought
It's like,
behind it.
oh, look, I made you this thing. What is it? It's a gloop. I don't know. It started off as a great idea, but I don't know where it ended.
But there's a lot of loving it.
Yeah, I just think the whole, like, it's getting out of hand.
Yeah,
Uh, just to the point now where everything is just expanded. You look Black Friday to Cyber Monday, you look Christmas. Like Christmas is now the entire month of December that we are encouraged to spend, do more presents. I know people who start giving each other gifts like in the first week of December, and I'm like, why? Oh, because we care about them. Great. Like you're being marketed to from the minute you wake up to the like. I challenge anybody to go a day without having some form of advertisement, whether it be knowing or unknowing, pushed in front of you, because I think it's impossible. I don't think you can do it.
I'm finding the setting boundaries with family quite challenging about either not buying gifts in the first place or the type of gifts. Because I
Mm.
find, especially when children, as like grandparents, it's like, oh no, but we want to treat our grandchildren. I was like, yeah, I really get that. The stuff you buy, if it doesn't pass our vetting procedures, going to end up on Vinted. Like you're wasting your money, and it falls on deaf ears. And I think often this is the way. Is that it's hard setting boundaries with family can be really challenging, especially when it's like, well, we've raised you this way. Is that not good enough for you? And it's like, well, no. but it is, and we appreciate it, but we just want to do things our way. And so that can be a really, really challenging thing to navigate and
Yeah.
frustrating when because there's loads of waste. It's like there's waste. There's so much waste here, and especially we our current living situation is we're in a 50 square meter cabin, which is not a great size, and my daughter has loads of toys already. I'm like, please don't buy us more toys, don't buy us any more stuff. We can't do it.
I get that, like that kind of that navigating the family, like the extended family, how that works, and that's and I think people take this personally. When I say I want to do things a certain way, I'm not attacking you. I'm not saying, oh, you're a terrible person for even thinking about this. I'm just saying this makes me really uncomfortable and it causes me anxiety. Can you please just let me be calm and let me steer this ship the way I believe it to go? Because it'll be far more beneficial in the long term. Because I'll feel me as a person less cluttered. I'll feel more in control and more present. Now, when it comes to grandparents and stuff like that, I get it. They're your grandchildren, right? The whole premise is you spoil them. But I do one thing I do say is, well, how how did you raise? What was it like for us as a child, and how was that? And I think there's a massive change there. As a parent, you're like, well, you just need to do this and you just need that, and this is what Christmas is. Less is more. Like things that like it is more intentional. Then there's an inclination here as a grandparent, and again, is this conditioning or not? There's an inclination of like, well, no, I should spoil my grandchild and they should get X, Y, Z, and all these things. But you're right. Either ends up invented, or as my daughter does, a couple months later goes, I don't want these. Let's give them to a child less fortunate and go give it to a charity shop. I'm like, okay, fine. And I
Raise
end up,
it there.
I end up just taking boxes of stuff
Yeah.
because my daughter really well walks into a room and looks around and goes, I don't really want all this. I don't need all this. Yes, the initial excitement. Of course, my daughter goes, oh my God, it's a present. It's wrapped in shiny paper. It's awesome. I don't know what it could be. It's awesome. Great. But once it's all opened and the mystery is gone, it's like, oh, that's what it is. Okay. And so that's kind of what I deal with is like, how do we navigate that? And how do we, because do we repeat the cycle? Because I think it is, right? And I'm sure people see this all the time. But I see the same behaviors in my daughter that I saw in me. And I know what that's done and how long, in my opinion, it's taken me to unscrew that up, open it up and go, this is why you feel that way. This is the better way to do it. I'm not try that again. I'm not for a second suggesting that my daughter should have the wisdom of somebody who's been on this planet far longer than she does, or she has. What I am suggesting is that I have a belief system, I have an ethos and a mantra that I want to follow. So I should be able to follow it.
Mm, yeah. Yeah, I agree. It's an interesting one. One thing that I think that I'm very pleased with is me and my partner have, I think my partner found this somewhere, probably on Instagram somewhere, but we do our best to limit, and we're pretty good at it. Although I think a few extra presents creep in because apparently we have to have stockings, but they're the ones that are normally filled with tat. But we don't do that too much. Is we stick to four presents.
Mm.
And there's me already thinking, do we really need four presents? And do we extend that four presents to include all of our family? Do we have to ration our family buying this? But it's I'm gonna absolutely butcher this. It's something you want, something you need, something to wear, and something to read. It's just a nice little framework to buying gifts, and it works really well. And that's what we stick to, and it's pretty, it stops so much excess. also for me, it helps give me a guide on what to buy, what to buy them. So it's helpful.
Half the time, that's the battle, right? Like, what do I get them? Nice little framework to sit into. I really like that. Something you want, something you need, something you wear, something you read. I'm stealing it. It's mine.
It, mate. Have it. It's there. It's there on Instagram. I think and it is a gift. I've really enjoyed that one, and still enjoy it. So, yeah, that's what we do on the present front to try and stop some of the excess.
Because do you know what? I can think nothing nicer than sat there on Christmas morning. Sorry if I'm offending people who open them later in the day, but for me, it's Christmas morning because there's no way I'm waiting. I am actually a child at heart, right? So I do also get excited by shiny wrapping paper. I'm like, oh, what could that be? And my mind goes into haywire of like all the things I've looked at for the past year. Oh, it could be that, it could be that. And you open it, you're like, it's none of those things. But it's socks. Great, thank you. But I love like there's there like imagine like that image there for intentional presence. It's like it's a book. It's something you want. Like it could be I don't know whatever. Like it's just intentional. I already think that's the answer.
Hmm.
I already think okay, cool. That's how I do Christmas. Four things. And also interestingly, I'm assuming that the stocking thing isn't a you thing. That's a the
Yeah, it's the little one.
Yeah, and it's interesting because my mother did stockings, right? And that's something I've always had. So it's always like, oh, stocking, stocking, stocking. But my wife had Christmas Eve boxes. I would always have like a Christmas pajama and a drink or something, or some other things in it. But it's very different. So I really like that. Really like that.
I think the thing is just like whatever it is being more intentional, trying to be more or less to be less wasteful, not more or less wasteful. It's good English. Creating your own traditions. What do you want Christmas to look like? What do you and your family want Christmas to look like? Not just because it's the one you had growing up or it's the one that everyone else does. We find ourselves in a different flow now, and it's like, cool, I go to church in the middle of the day, although I think they've changed it to the middle of the morning, which I'm not too happy about, but I don't have a say in that. So, we go to church on Christmas Day now, which is something I've never done, but it's great. We love it. So we have Christmas Eve together and like a little quiet one with the family, and Christmas morning we go to church, and then it's over to the grandparents in the afternoon. It's awesome. It's a nice little flow. It works. We get our time. We get to see the grandparents. We get to see, we get to go to church and do our thing. And it's good. And the rest of it, we're still figuring out. We're still trying to navigate. Talking of navigating things, the shops. When we said about being bombarded early on, the Christmas chocolates get in the shops as soon as Halloween's finished. Maybe
Before
before? Is
it's
it before?
before.
Yeah. I can't go down those aisles. I have to ban myself, so I don't know. I have to look the other way.
It's a similar kind of ethos, right? Is that Christmas is time for excess, and you buy all these like the sweets they like the things they only bring out at Christmas. Like as far as I can tell, at no point throughout the rest of the year is anybody selling a cylinder tub of Twiglets or Cheez-Its, like cheese triangle thing. Like it's just not a thing. But around Christmas, people are mad for it, and there must be one of each, so people can just pick and pick and pick. And then there's the cheese board, and there's every flavour of Pringles. Then there's the cookie, like the family circle biscuit box. There's the pate. There's the crackers. And that's before I even got to like the party food of like the mini cocktail sausages and the sausage rolls and like one thing that my mum always did around Christmas is that the Boxing Day feast, right? She'd convert the entire dining room table into a buffet table of just food, like a ridiculous and being a person who likes to eat, it was awesome because I'd be able to just I probably would on average consume about 15, 16,000 calories. And I'm actually not joking. I look at that now and I go, How? And I look at it now and go, I don't want to do that, but I do, but I don't, but I do, but I don't. And it's and this whole idea that you've got all the social occasions, you've got all of the work dues, the family things, the traditions. Way back when, me and my brother used to do the first Saturday of every December. Us and a group of us would go to the same brewery to do the same brewery tour. Like these traditions, right? And it becomes this. Well, December turns into rather what Christmas is one day, well, 3 days, Christmas Eve, Boxing Day, turns into 20.
Yeah. Well, and as a nutritionist and, as a PT, like we both know the impact of that on clients. You get a drop off, but people just throw it out the back. In fact, people do that. This is why I have been doing this big thing about finishing the year strong because some people do that from like the end the fourth quarter of the year. It's like wow, it's almost Christmas.
Yeah.
Not going to try as hard, and it's wild, and I speak from someone who used to do just that, and yeah, excessive. Is it like a green light just to binge? Yeah, all the parties, and I don't party anymore, so that's helpful not doing that. How do you navigate it? What's your approach to sort of training and nutrition over the December period?
So I made a post yesterday talking about because this is where they come out of the woodwork. Christmas survival guides, the festive season hacks, the this, do that, and you'll survive. And you don't need any of that. None of it works. And the reason why it doesn't work is because it's overly aggressive. You want to be able to go out 17 times in December. Okay, on every other day, you need to eat 500 calories. You're like, okay, so you're going to feel like absolute, excuse my French, shit for the entire month of December because your peaks and troughs, your energy intake because of whatever. And so when I look at when I navigate December, the way I do it is I go, do you know what? For me, Christmas is 3 days as a family. Do that, happy because I really like. And to be honest, Christmas Eve is probably just the eve now. It's probably just some hot chocolate, watch a Christmas movie, do the thing, then Christmas Day, then Boxing Day. That's it. Add on top of things that people do like work, social functions, maybe a family thing. There's 5 days. 5 days where you can maybe go, do you know what? Yeah, I'm going to enjoy myself. Don't have to go crazy. I'm not saying eat 10,000 calories like I suggested I do earlier, but 5 days. And enjoy those 5 days. Because that's the time it's there for you to do. Like that's the whole point of it is to connect with people, to spend time with them, be grateful, have gratitude for the fact that we've all survived another year on this rock, floating through the vast nothingness of space attached to a giant fireball. Like we've all survived. We've all had trials and tribulations, and we're here at the end of this year, and grateful to spend time with the people that matter the most to you. So enjoy those times. The rest of it, I don't feel any different. I feel like my training's going well. I feel like I should still do the habits that serve me. I'm not saying I'm being perfect because I've been calendar chocolate, right? That's the thing for most people. Well, I'm doing something different this year. Maybe people might disagree with this, but I'm saving all of them. I'm opening them to get the joy, and I'm putting them in a thing that I can have later on. Like, my daughter looks at me like I'm crazy when I say this. She's like, "What? Just eat the chocolate, Dad." I'm like, "No." Then I'll have 25 little pieces of chocolate.
We can eat all at once. Love
Yeah. But no, like my day to day now is about, well, you can either feel terrible for the month of December because you've decided that, oh, I'll just start again in January. Or you can still make really solid progress and feel good and still enjoy yourself. And still be present with your people you care about. And still going for that lovely meal in that place you want to go to or the Christmas function. It doesn't require extreme polarizing opposites at either end of the scale.
I agree, and that's from someone who used to, yeah. And I've had a problem with binge eating, and yeah, being excessive, being a glutton, and I agree. And for me, this is a big part of why I'm like, no, I'm finishing the year strong. I really want to be able to look in the mirror December 31st and be like, yeah, You showed up. You finished strong. Well done. You didn't write off the year. I want to be in the best shape I've been this year come December 31st. I really want that. And that's worth more than all the excesses. Or I certainly want to be close.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, training. Over the last few years, I've made sure I train over the holiday period anyway, the Christmas period. Make sure I'm still burning calories. And it's like damaged imitation, right? And yeah, I mean, to be honest, I cut out sugar at Lent, refined sugar. Problem with binge eating for me, it's like, yeah, I just have one and then it's like, I can't stop. And it's so much better out my life than in. Similar to alcohol. So this was coming up to this will be my sixth Christmas sober. Game changer. Absolute game changer. So yeah, when you have all the fitness coaches, sort of the survival guide for, I don't know, going drinking and stuff like that. I'm Because of my own isms, my own experience. I'm like, yeah, don't drink, just don't drink. But and it's so far out of my life that I forget people still do that. It shocks me when I'm around people, and when I speak to people and they're like, "Oh, I got drunk last night." I'm like, "Oh, you still do that?" I didn't know people still did that. I genuinely, it's not in my circle. I don't. It's so, but that's a massive game changer because, oh man, I used to pack those calories away. That would have been the thing that put on the weight for me over the Christmas period. It's massive excess on beer, but now I don't do that. For me, yeah, it's and I probably will allow myself to have some sugar at Christmas. It won't be chocolate. It'll be, I really like Christmas pudding and mince pies. They only come out at Christmas.
I had my first mince pie of today.
Did you?
Yeah, really good.
Was it good? Good.
Really good.
Again, I've got to wait till that 3 day window and
Yeah.
then put a lid on it and be like, no.
Sorry. That's been. Sorry if I shouldn't have said that. And now you're like, no, I need to be.
No, it's all right. I went to a farm shop the other day and their mince pies looked ridiculous. Talking about excessive, they're like massive. These
Mince
massive,
pie.
deep, like,
Right?
you know, there's like 1,000 calories in that. I want one. Give me three.
It's made with suet.
Yeah, that's it. Exactly. So for me personally, it's not it's not being try not to be excessive whilst also being like, okay, are there little things like I really like Christmas pudding,
Mm,
having that, and so for us, we're because the way we work, we're doing our Christmas dinner on Christmas Eve
mm,
as a family. Then we'll do probably Christmas pancakes for breakfast because we like pancakes in our household, and then yeah, Christmas dinner at my parents, and then Boxing Day paninis, Christmas paninis. I went to a place. We went to a place last year that did the most incredible Christmas like paninis, like toasted thing. I was like, I'm having these. This can be a tradition, and we did it on Boxing Day with the leftovers. It was awesome. Love it. It was great. Just these little things. I think with all this stuff, what's really coming up for me is like that success, right? That's all the physical stuff. It's either the presents or the food or the alcohol. You know, people just get an absolute green light to just drink to excess for like yeah the whole month of December. That's getting carried away with the senses. That is the gluttony. That's the flesh, and that's being driven and led by trying to satisfy the flesh that cannot be satisfied if there's no curb to it, if there's no limit. And it's like, is that really what Christmas has become? It's about the things. It's about materialism. It's about consumerism, consumption, gluttony, drunkenness. No, it's absolutely not. And I'm gonna go down the faith, the faith route here. This is what happens when you don't put God at the pinnacle of things. In
mm,
my opinion, if God and a higher power and something better than the absolute hedonism of the sort of the human body and just being led by the flesh, you just don't end up morally or physically a good person, in my opinion. I just genuinely don't think it leads you down a good path, and that's from someone who's, and I'm also am aware that's someone who has had problems with alcohol. And basically, if you can get addicted to it, I will get addicted to it. So I have to be very, yeah, strict with myself.
I think a lot of people will sit in the normal bracket, right? It's just part of it. It's not over the top. It's not too far the other way. It's just, yeah, you probably lean towards spending too much money. You lean towards probably drinking too much. You lean towards probably eating too much. The family probably get too much gifts, like, all these things. Like, I'm thinking now, like, think about like just the middle-aged man who sat there. He's grafted his ass off all year, and he's like, I just want to sit here in peace. Maybe there's an old action flick on, like, maybe it's like the original Predator. Like, he sat there with 4 or 5 cans of Guinness, and he's like, peace. I think so much of our society today, that's what they view it as. It's like this decompression moment, and a decompression moment has been driven to them of these things. Oh, you'll be able to do that when you have this, 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 and this. When in actual fact, you and I both know commitment to the physical pillar, commitment to getting outside in nature, commitment to looking after your health and nutrition, like connection spiritually and faith in a way that makes sense to the individual, not it must be this way. There's a reason why we talk about the pillars, the emotional intelligence, all of the things we discuss about the brotherhood and what we do. That's the thing. That's the decompression.
Mm.
Not the, oh, you should go and spend £700 on all the presents for every man and his dog just so your kid can look at you and go, oh, cheers, Dad. And I think that's what's lost. And the moment, and I'm speaking men specifically here, the moment men realise that and go, the decompression comes from, the release of this pressure comes from me leaning into the physical, the nutrition, the health, the faith, all of the things. That's where you get it. And then everything becomes easier because you and I sit here now talking as not the norm.
Mm. And there might be the men listening to this and be like, bloody hell, guys, cheer up. Daniel, you need to let go and have a cookie, mate.
Mm.
Just,
Mm.
and I understand that, and I fully acknowledge that. And I think this actually does speak to society as a whole is excessive, and is being sold a lie that all this stuff is the solution, and that all this stuff is not only the way we celebrate Christmas, but it's the way that we decompress, and that is the way that we show love. It's the way that we have enjoyment. And I understand, because when I decided I needed to give up alcohol, dude, it was so daunting, because I'm like, I don't know how to function without this. I don't know how to socialize. I had to relearn, and I had to relearn how to socialize, to communicate to people in a social setting. I actually learned that I just don't like a lot of the social settings I was exposing myself to in, and that was okay. It is okay. As a result of cutting this stuff out, and you may resonate with this, you find enjoyment in the simple things. Like, you realize it's not about the gifts, it's not about the food, it's not about the excess, and it's actually just about finding the joy in just
Every day.
being present with in the everyday. And whether that be being with your family, or going for a walk, or going to a gym, just having a little break, reading a book, going to bed at night knowing that you did the jobs that you set out to do that day, and being really grateful that we live in a world where we get to decide. We get to decide what we eat. We get to decide to put restrictions on ourselves, not because we live in poverty, and because we live in fear of danger, and that all those choices are out of our hands because we don't have a choice. It's just fight every day for survival. What a gift that is. And if we all become more that way inclined, we're probably going to be better people. We're going to be healthier people. We're probably going to be nicer people.
I listened to something a long time ago. I'm trying to remember it, and I'm pretty sure it was Jimmy Carr who said it. Maybe he's paraphrasing for someone else. There's nothing you can buy today that you're going to care about in 5 years' time. It's not going to bring you happiness. The answer isn't more stuff. And honestly, if people listen to this podcast are actually interested in understanding a bit more about that, just from a normal perspective, and you may think it's strange, but I would wholeheartedly recommend going and checking out the minimalism documentary on Netflix. Or I think it's called Minimalism, and there's a second one called Less Is Now. Now they're extreme, of course they are. They're on the, but they make you think.
Mm.
You know, one of the things they do is like they call it a packing party, and this is extreme, right? They pack up everything in their house, everything. They put it in boxes as if they're moving.
Yeah.
And they label them, and they take stuff out as they need it through a 30-day period.
Yeah.
They take like the thing so you have to label it properly. It's a lot of work. It's more of a point than me actually telling you to go do this. But you take out the things you need, and you put away the things you don't. Obviously, there's some sentimental stuff that you wouldn't use. Like, like I've got a picture of my father. It's the only picture I have of him. Like, obviously, I don't use that, but it's something sentimental. It's the only one I have. But then you just, by the end of 30 days, you look at those boxes, you go, what's in all that? Like, what is that for? And then they encourage you to go, well, go get rid, and then you'll live more intentionally. My point of that whole thing there is more stuff will never be the answer. Nothing fills the void that you're searching for.
Absolutely. And that exercise, if one could be bothered to do it, it'd be really powerful. I think this when I go away, like to the woods for the weekend, and I'm like, I literally live out of this Bergen, and it's brilliant. I've got everything I need. Like, why do I have it? Why have I got so much stuff at home? I've got a house in here and everything, um, and stuff like that also teaches you to. I don't actually need as much stuff as I think. It does admittedly make you very frustrated if you come home and the rest of your family aren't on board with this, and then you're like, "Why have we got so much stuff?" But it's
Yep.
true. It's like, how can we have a bit less stuff and find the meaning of things and reconnecting to the actual meaning of things. Like, what does Christmas mean to you? So, what do you enjoy about Christmas, dude? Let's let's
What
finish
I
on a high.
enjoy, I think right now the thing that I enjoy is spending time with my daughter that I know is going to end.
Mm,
There isn't going to be these years again, right? She's not going to be 9 again. She's not going to be 8. She's not going to be 7. All the years like where we've had fun, we've played, and we've went out for walks, we've ate good food, we played board games, we've laughed and we joked. For me, sat there on Christmas morning, laughing, joking, playing away, is the thing. And then for me, the food is such a massive part of it. It's communal, right? As the person who does the cooking, I enjoy it. Yes, it's stressful and I have to do planning and stuff like that to make sure it all comes out at the same time. It's all good, but I enjoy it. Like I enjoy providing because I'm like, here we go. There's a there's a good centerpiece of food, like maybe it's turkey, maybe it's gammon, maybe it's whatever. Like, hey, we're all good. We all have our things. I enjoy that. And for me, as that then goes over into Boxing Day, which I think is an extension, is where the other little bits of food and that connection and that family and the playing and like that game of life that I can actually move the rest of the world out of the way for 2 days and just like, I'm about to play Pokemon with my daughter for the next however many hours, and it's going to be awesome. We're going to play Guess Who, or we're going to do a puzzle, or we're going to draw. For me, right now, that's where I'm at with it. That's what it should be for me. Not as I see trends a lot of the time, is people going on Instagram on Christmas morning, taking a photo of the tree and all the presents and saying, "Happy Christmas from my family to yours." And you're like, you don't mean that. You don't mean that. You're showing us a picture of a tree and look at the presents we've got. Nobody cares, and I just so it's it's about that for me. It's about the disconnection from the world and being able to just connect solely with the people in front of my face. What about you?
Dude, I love Christmas, man. I love everything. I love the carols. I love the music and the lead up. We put up a Christmas tree last week, I think.
Mm.
Last week, November, I decided that yeah, it's going up. As soon as the Christmas tree place, I like we go and select one that they go and chop down, which I'm still not sure how I feel about that, but it's a thing. I love the music and the lights and the decorations and the energy of it. It's great. Carols. I'm enjoying going to. I would obviously go into all the different church services. I'm like on a mission to go to all the carol services. Basically, I like singing. I like singing carols. I love it, man. I really, really enjoy it. For me, it's yeah, none of the excess or anything like that's reserved for those 3 days. Like the food, I'm with you. I'm the sort of cook in my household. Is a big way I show love. So I do, you know, I like as you say, providing the meals.
Mm.
It's an important part of the 3 days. So yeah, I enjoy that. Pigs and blankets. Who doesn't like a pig and blanket? It's great. To roll them out at Christmas. It's awesome. You know, it's yeah. I love that time and being present. And now my daughter's like 3.5. She's very excited. So I'm kind of I think in the probably the best years right of the peak cuteness and excitement and all of that. So yeah, Christmas movies, love. Don't spend much time watching movies anymore, so probably not so much. Used to watch Harry Potter on the lead up, like everything. Harry Potter's, yeah, great, love it. But we don't do that anymore. But yeah, I'm a big fan of Christmas, man. Big fan. And with the viewpoint of that, I just want to be more intentional, have less waste, less excess, more gratitude, more praise, um, and more meaning behind it all. Yeah, it's good, man. It's a good.
I know we kind of come across as doom and gloom about it all,
I
but
know, I know. That's like it's not all negative, but it's also it's real, right?
mm,
There's all this stuff that we have to navigate, and I certainly find the financial pressure of the Christmas period is like, and everything's got a cost, and I'm like, and I always figure out like, okay, what do I have to earn for that to happen? Do we really need it? And would I prefer to be with my family rather than out working so you can have this thing that you probably don't care about, or those people definitely don't care about, you know? Can we not? But I think from a sort of a health point of view, and just, yeah, keeping it to that 3 days is important.
yeah, 100%.
It doesn't have to seep in. You don't have to put on. I reckon I've done some good figures over the years of weight increase.
I mean, I'm still going to eat a lot of food.
Oh, yeah.
Like, it's still going to happen. I'm still going to have the Boxing Day buffet. I'm still going to, like, I'm a big fan of a cheese board. I'm not going to lie. I'm a big fan of crackers and cheese and stuff like that. And it makes me happy.
Do you like
And
Twiglets?
I do
Did
like
you?
Twizzlers.
Do you?
Yeah. It's food. It's crunchy, it's tasty, and it's salty. Why would I not like it?
Yeah, that's one of those things that have just never sat right with me. To be unfair, those cheese balls also, I think they're very weird.
No, yeah, no. See, I didn't try them for ages because I just thought they were like crispy. I didn't realize there was fake cheese inside it, and I was like, I ate it. I was like, why is it cold? It's just horrible. I like what I really like to do is have like another joint of meat, some baps, some cranberry sauce, some like or whatever it may be. I love doing that, and then you know I'm a savoury guy, so I'm much more of a oh I want all those crispy, nice like leftover potatoes or
Yeah, yeah, good. It's good. I'm hungry.
so so am
Damn, calorie
I.
deficit. Cool, man. And coming back to one of the things about this month, it's the 3rd of December. You know, we can still finish strong, people. Don't give up on the diet just yet. You know,
If you stick to that 3 day principle, Right, call it 5. 3 days around Christmas and then one family event and a Christmas event. Call it 5 days. 3rd of December, that means there's maths. 22 other days that you could be pretty solid on. 22 days that you could be pretty solid on.
Time after Christmas, before New Year, getting back. Despite all the doom and gloom, people, we're excited about Christmas. We actually like Christmas. We do.
Yeah.
We also want to finish strong, and we also want our lives to be meaningful and intentional, and that's what we're getting at. It's really coming back to it comes to leading as well, leading our families with meaning and intention. I think we should leave it there. Right. If you've enjoyed I hope you've enjoyed the podcast. I hope it's not been too miserable. Don't be too depressed.
I feel bad now.
I feel bad now. But no, I think there's a lot of men out there who feel the pressure and feel the sort of dichotomy that we feel. And hopefully it's been interesting. And maybe that full present thing has been a gift for you. Please let us know if you use it because it's awesome. If you like the podcast, please subscribe. Please like, share. What other things do they need to do, Adam? Review.
Yeah,
That's
leave it.
what listening on, stuff like that. Drop us an email.
Do all of the things.
All the things. Contact us on Instagram, and share it with a man who may also enjoy it. And until next time, keep showing up, guys.
Go.